Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Brooke, and your wellness educator from doTERRA, and I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And I would love for everyone to introduce themselves, and then I will take you through the agenda and introduce myself as well. But I would love to hear what your background is with essential oils, just so, and what you're hoping to learn, so that I can have some idea and help you better as we go. So, hang on one second. Guess I'll keep that in the same view it is right now for now. Okay, so you are on the top left, Amanda, with an A, because it's in alphabetical order. So can you please unmute and just introduce yourself?
Sorry about that. It's actually Dina. For some reason, it's coming up under my daughter's name. Yes, I'm sorry. Just when you said Amanda on the left, I looked. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, I was like, I don't recognize that name, but okay, I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Oh, Dina. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Another baby girl. I'm not too far from here, so that's great.
Right.
You can change the name, you know. You can there's an option.
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's in the top right. I forget, because I use my son's computer sometimes from school, and it'll say Jagger, and then I have to change it.
Yeah.
If you go to your picture, there's three little dots at the top, and
Okay.
if you click there, it'll say rename is one of the options in the menu. Do you see it in blue? Like the little.
No, I don't. It's giving me speaker view, gallery view, full screen.
No, but that's the top right. This should be just within your window. Like if you mouse over your window, you'll see a mute button, and then you'll see three little dots in blue. So that's where you can.
I see it. Yeah. Thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
get that changed.
No problem. There she is. All right, now all is right with the world. I was
For
like,
now.
I remember someone named Amanda. I thought I knew everyone that was coming.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So do you have, I know that you work with some beautiful jewelry and some diffuser jewelry. So do you have a background in using the oils on your jewelry, or just in general?
No, that's something that's actually fairly new for me. Just until recently, I was just doing the gemstone bracelets, and then I started incorporating the diffuser beads. And I said, hey, and so I grabbed some of my oils, and I've just recently started using it for that. I know a lot about my crystals, but I'm not that well versed with the oils. I can tell you I use my peppermint for my headaches all the time, for my peace and calming, but there's so much more I need to learn with the oils.
Right, right. And I feel the same way about crystals, so we can
we can help each other.
I have a bunch of crystals at my kitchen sink, and I like to look at them, but I have no idea what they do. So
well, they're there for a reason.
Yeah,
yep,
I'm
definitely.
sure I picked them out because I like them, and yeah, I'm sure that they mean something.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So welcome. So Mary, do you want to introduce yourself? And Mary already got started with the oils, and they arrived.
They arrived the other day. I put them all in my little box. I've been reading about them, but I haven't done anything with them yet.
Okay, good. We always say, like, don't be scared. Just open the bottle and sniff. Like, you know, you're not going to mess it up. But you'll learn a lot tonight, and hopefully have a few things to, you know, in your arsenal that you can try. And then also we're going to be setting up your wellness coaching call so that we can, if we didn't already, I don't think we did. I think we kind of went back and forth. But
I think it's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. I was like, I don't know if we finalized. I know we were going back and forth.
Yeah.
So I will check my calendar and make sure. But so yes, now I think I remember. So my head is going so many places. That's why I have Google Calendar. So anyway, so yeah, so I'll be teaching you more and answering your questions and everything then as well, and give you some little like takeaways, like, okay, you're going to try this week, that, you know, like put the lavender in the diffuser, put the lemon in your water, and put the digestate on your belly, or whatever it is, you know, so that you'll feel more comfortable. So I will hold your hand every step of the way.
Great.
So yeah, so I'm excited for you to get started, and feel free to, I don't know if you have your oils with you right now, but feel free to keep them with you so that you can, you know, you can try some things out while I'm talking about them.
Okay.
So, okay, and I see Melissa just joined us. So, welcome, and we'll get to you soon. Okay, Melissa, I see you here. Thank you for joining us. I don't think got her package yet, but it's coming soon, of lots of samples and goodies. Okay, Melissa, oh, Melissa says hi. Okay, great. Oh, so we have two different Melissas. We have Melissa Raggeth, is that how you say it? And then Melissa Puglia. So Melissa Raggeth, if you want to unmute and introduce yourself, that would be great.
My name is Melissa Regas. I live in
That was like
Minnesota.
50-50 chance on pronunciation. Okay, go ahead. You're from Minnesota. Yeah.
Yep, I live in Minnesota, and I've only been experimenting with oils for the last maybe 6 months. So I'm just interested to know a little bit more about different areas. So that's why I had signed up for this.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Welcome.
Thanks.
And Shelley, hopefully feeling well.
Yeah, sorry. I just literally pulled in my garage and got home from getting my vaccine. So far, so good.
Pretty far.
Yeah, so I put you up on my phone and I'm listening, but I didn't turn the video on because I didn't figure you wanted to see me driving the car.
Gotcha. Yeah, it'll make me dizzy. It's better if you stay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm from Illinois, and this is my very first soiree into learning about the oil.
Wonderful. Well, welcome. I'm so excited to explain all that I know, or at least some that I know. You don't want to hear all that I know because we will be here a while. But I try to keep it simple and understandable and a great, basic, it's kind of like the foundation of what you can do with these oils, how you can use them, and things like that. So I'm excited to share what I know. So who else? Melissa Puglia, would you like to unmute and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Melissa Puglia. I live in Rhode Island, and I'm not really familiar with essential oils, but I'm looking forward to learning more.
Okay, great. You're in the right place. From Rhode Island. Okay, great. It's pretty there. And Colleen.
Okay, hello everybody. I am from Roselle, New Jersey, and this is my first experience with anything to do with oil. So I got a sample rollerball, and it smells great, by the way. I'm not really sure what to expect exactly, but I'd like to learn.
Okay, it was a little hard to hear you, but I did get the gist that you are excited to learn, and you got your roller bottle, and you'll learn a lot more soon. So I appreciate you being here as well. And I will share my screen now and we'll get started. Okay, and then I will start on full screen mode. View, present. Okay. While just a little housekeeping, and while I'm going over this, feel free to unmute and ask questions because, obviously it's different than doing it in person. So there's not as much interaction. So rather than me just talking at you the whole time, I would love for you to, ask questions, or if you're more comfortable, just put them in the chat, and my sidekick Gail will be happy to answer them for you, or she will ask for you if it's something that she thinks that I would want to answer. Okay, so welcome to the Spring into Wellness workshop. And here's my information at the bottom. Most of us are connected on Facebook anyway, but if you'd like to write down my info, feel free. And let's go to the next slide. So our agenda for tonight is introductions, which we already did, and then health concerns. So we will talk a little more about that. You don't have to share if you're not comfortable with that, totally fine. And then we're going to talk about the 3 cool things about essential oils and the 3 ways to use essential oils. And then the benefits of supplementation, because doTERRA isn't just an essential oils company, we're also a wellness company. So we have all kinds of supplements with oils in them and herbs and lots of other, all things natural basically in these supplements that help with so many things. I was just thinking that my kids are a wealth of knowledge. They always know exactly which one to go for. They could probably teach this class by now, my 14-year-old boys. So what else? How to get oils in your home. I'm going to explain that. Some of you already have oils in your home, but I will let you know the different options for that. And then what are the next steps? Like more housekeeping type stuff. And then we're going to pull a raffle at the end. So everyone that's on that stays with me till the end will get entered into a raffle for a prize drawing. Okay, so next, here's a picture of the different Spring into Wellness rollers. I know Shelly just requested hers today. Dina got hers and she posted a beautiful picture of the roller with a pretty background and everything. I have to show my mother, by the way, because she's a photographer and artist, and we used to like design the shoots for puzzle companies and different things. So we did that together. So I totally appreciated that more than you know. And then, so how many of you got a roller already? Okay, Mary, and I think Melissa, it's on its way. Colleen got hers. Shelly, it's on its way, and Dina got hers. So most of you did. So, so we have all kinds of choices. We even have the spring cleaning roller, which no one wants to clean, but if you want to, if you are going to clean, at least let it be natural. So introductions. We kind of already did the introductions. It's a smaller group. So, but if you would like to put your name and what you chose as for your roll-on, so we have record of that too, where you're joining us from, and your top 3 health concerns, which you didn't really mention yet, and then we can make sure to cover everything when we're going through the presentation. Next, who am I? So a lot of you I know from Facebook land, but I am actually a real person, and I am a doTERRA team leader. And our team is amazing. This is a picture from when we went to one of our conventions in Salt Lake City, Utah, in those really nice days before COVID. And we just have so much fun, stay up all night, I literally stayed up almost all night for 3 nights in a row because I had so much energy. I was loving it so much being with my team. It's like being in business with your best friends, which who wouldn't want that? So anyway, and obviously I am a natural lifestyle enthusiast. I call this this picture Brooke coveting her oils. So that's what how I search covet, and then I can find that image in my computer. And then I am a wife, and today is my 16th anniversary with my husband. And I said, honey, do you care if I teach a class tonight? And he's like, only if you don't mind that I'm going to play poker. And I'm like, no problem. This is the secret to a good marriage. You let each other do your own thing, and we'll celebrate on the weekend. So it's all good. Anyway, he is amazing. And I worked really long and hard to find him. And then had to kiss a lot of frogs before I found him. That's a whole other class. And then I am a mom of twin boys who are 14, and they are, I don't know how I ended up back on here, and they are the love of my life and so sweet. They both have special needs. And that's really taught me a lot as well, advocating for them, using the oils with them. So I teach classes also on essential oils for kids with special needs, and how to help with that, with some, stimulating behavior or focus or attention or things like that. So let me know if you know of anyone like that, and I can plug them into that group that I have. So any questions about anything before I guess I'll introduce myself a little more and tell you how I got into the oils, and then we will start with this part. How about I'll go back. This thing is so touchy. Okay, so just to tell you how I got into oils, about 5.5 years ago, I was looking for something for my twin boys for their allergies, and I didn't want to go with what the doctor recommended, which was steroid spray every day and Allegra and all these things. And they were 8 at the time, and I just did not feel comfortable with that. And I had started learning more about natural solutions, from a holistic moms club in different places. So I just started doing research, and doTERRA kept coming up as something that I could try. But I still didn't really know what to do. So I said, okay, the universe will provide, something will happen. And what do you know, 2 weeks later, my friend Amy, who I didn't know so well at the time, we knew each other through our parents. We were like acquaintances. And I saw that she was starting to work with doTERRA. And it was like, oh, you know, like the heavens opened up, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna try for the boys. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I don't have anything to lose. So I went to her house on Thanksgiving Day 5.5 years ago. She lived right near my parents, so I kind of just made a quick escape and bought the biggest package I could, and ended up looking on Pinterest and doing some research online to find what I could, you know, how I could make my own nasal spray for the boys, because Amy had just started with doTERRA, so she didn't really know either what to do. And plus, you can find everything online that you would ever want. So I found a really good recipe, which I can post after, which has tea tree oil, lavender, and frankincense, and distilled water. And here it is. And I just bought these on Amazon, of course. And so I made my own nasal spray for them. And what do you know? It worked. They breathed better at night. They, you know, it got rid of, you know, flushed out all the allergens. And those are all anti-inflammatory oils, which I'll talk about in a bit. And then after that, I also diffused, I got a new diffuser with my new package, and I also diffused those same oils. And it was just so, it worked so well. And I felt so empowered as a mom that I said, I think I need to tell everyone about this. Like, I can't keep this a secret. So it quickly morphed into a new business, and I was kind of transitioning anyway. So it was perfect timing, and I just haven't looked back. I just use these oils for everything. And I really, really am passionate, as you can probably tell, about teaching other people how to become empowered and take care of their families naturally as well. So now we will get to the 3 cool things about essential oils.
Excuse me, Brooke.
Yes.
Melissa is asking about the recipe for the nasal spray.
Yeah, I have a graphic for it, so I can, which Melissa wants the recipe?
Melissa R.
Okay. So I can post it and tag you on that recipe. I'll post it in the group, because I don't want to get it wrong with how many drops of each thing and all that. But it's frankincense, lavender, and tea tree are the 3 oils that are in it.
Mary Kirby also.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been sneezing all day today.
Yeah, my son, I've been giving him, you know, using this like it's going out of style. And I should mention that we also have a soft gel that's called Try Ease that has lemon, lavender, and peppermint in it. And those are also really good oils for, not for the nasal spray, because you can't use peppermint in the nasal spray, but lemon, lavender, and peppermint are very anti-inflammatory. So they're great in a diffuser. They're great in a roller bottle to put on your pulse points, and to take internally. So I give my son these before he goes to school, and then he doesn't need the antihistamines. So, and the allergies this year are really bad. So the tree allergies especially. So it's not perfect, but it's no better using this than it is with all the side effects, having to deal with that with the antihistamines, you know. So I give him 2 of these in the morning, and then I have him put 2 in his pocket. I put lavender around his eyes because that helps with the itchiness. Lavender is very calming, which I'll talk about in a bit as well. So so there are different tips and tricks that you can do. And like I said, my family pretty much knows them all by now. So
Brooke, sorry. Shelly would like to know, she says her allergies are in her eyes, so she'd be interested in knowing more about what to do for that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, me as well. Brayden has it really bad around his eyes, and I was just wondering if there was something other than just the peppermint that you recommend around the eyes.
Okay. Yeah, not peppermint around the eyes, just lavender with a little coconut oil around the outside, like where glasses would go, like where the frames would be. So you don't want to go too close, especially with younger kids, because then they might rub it in their eye. But on the outside really helps with the itchiness and things. So, but I will talk to you both about that as well. And hi, Devin, I didn't see you enter. I couldn't see everyone until I just made the screen bigger.
That's all right. Hi.
So
Nice to see all of you.
Another one of our team members coming to check everything out. So, okay, so 3 cool things about essential oils. So they are safe. So they don't have side effects. They don't have, you know, they're from nature. So you don't build up a resistance. In fact, your body needs less and less over time because of, you know, how well they work. And they are extracted from plants, roots, trees, stems, things like that from the plants. And our oils are called certified pure. Now they're called tested grade. This slide is, you know, a little outdated on the therapeutic grade part, but it's basically the same thing. They are so thoroughly tested. We're known for our quality control. So we have about 57 different tests that our team of scientists does. And then we also have third-party testers that test the oils as well. And we also put our money where our mouth is. We don't just say that they are pure, because there could literally be, because there's no regulation by the FDA on the oil industry, they view it as a cosmetic product because they can't admit that it has therapeutic value, because guess who we would be in competition with then? Pharmaceutical industry. So not to say that there aren't some great things. It's not like I don't take any pharmaceuticals anymore, but it's so rare because I have the oils, I can use that for the majority. And then that's my last resort, not my first resort. That's what I try to teach people, that there are so many things that these oils can do that you don't have to resort to the Western medicine right away. So anyway, we have a lot number on the bottom of all of our oils, and you can type that into our website called sourcetoyou.com. It's all our sourcing stories of where we source the oils from around the world, where the soil is most indigenous to each crop, and that creates the highest quality oils. And also, studies have shown that I think it's around 85% of oils are adulterated in some way. They're cut with something. So even the ones in Whole Foods say they can't be taken internally. So what kind of quality are those? We just don't know. So, you know, I always say it could be Febreze inside. We don't know what's in these oils unless you can check with what all the test results are. There's really no way of knowing. So hold on. I'd like to mute my Facebook, but that'll take too long. So hopefully you won't mind the dings. Just checked. Okay. So what else can I say? So quality is really important. So don't be buying your, you know, friends don't let friends buy their oils at TJ Maxx, bottom line. So do not do that. Okay. So peppermint is one of my favorites. If you have peppermint with you, I think Mary does, you can take it out and do what I'm going to show you. If we were in person, this is what we would do. So, or if you have your roller bottle, you can just roll it into your hand and do the same thing, just so I can show you the human diffuser. This is one of our ways that we can, you know, use oils. So we put a drop in the palm of our hand, or roll it on if we have a roller bottle, and then just rub our hands together and take it all in. It is so good. I mean, our peppermint is so strong. One drop is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that just gives you an idea of how pure and potent it is. So you really don't need much. The next slide, spoiler alert, is, or maybe it's the third one, is that they're cost effective, basically. You don't need a lot. So if you are, and we'll talk about emotions, oils for emotions later too, but if you are in need of uplifting your mood or grounding or anything, you can do that. You can put it in your hands, take 10 deep breaths, and it literally changes your brain chemistry. It goes right to the limbic system to affect change on a cellular level. So, but peppermint in and of itself is obviously energizing. And tell me what you think, Mary and Colleen, if you,
I have to go get it. Hold on, let me go get it.
Oh, okay. And then, so it also obviously promotes clear breathing. So if you are stuffed up from the allergies and stuff, that's why peppermint is one of those great oils for allergies. And then it cools off the body. So if you're hot, you can put it on the back of your neck. If you have a headache, you can put it on your forehead, and you can even put some on your thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth. It freshens your breath, and when you swallow it, it helps with digestion. So it pretty much does it all. I just love it. I mix it with citrus oils for an afternoon pick-me-up in my diffuser. That's actually what I have in my diffuser now. It's usually my go-to. And you can see on this slide that it says that A, T, and I next to the peppermint, and those three letters mean that it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. And on the actual bottle itself, you can see supplement facts when an oil is internally being able to be used. And it also will explain it too on the bottle. So, so because it's a food, you know, it's literally a food. So let me, Mary, did you try some peppermint?
Yes, it reminded me of my Vicks inhaler days as a kid.
Yeah, I actually make inhalers, like the old school inhalers with that I get on Amazon. And when you get started with the oils, well, you already did. I owe you an email with resources, but one of them is where I buy these on Amazon. So it's very easy also to give these as a gift. You know, there's like a little, I probably can't get it open, but there's a little wick inside, a little cotton wick. So you just put some oils on the wick, put it inside, and pop the end on, and then voila, it's literally done. And you can put any cute label on it you want, or anything to give as a gift. I bring them for Mother's Day. I bring my box of oils, and I bring these and stickers, and I let all my family members, like my cousins and my aunts and whoever, make, pick out whatever blend they want. So it's really fun to do that. And also you can make your own roller bottles, which we will talk about when we talk about topical benefits of essential oils. So does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, all right, let's keep going. So the second cool thing about essential oils is that how effective they are and how they work in the cell. So you can see the picture of the cell right here, and there is an oily membrane around the outside of the cell. And so obviously essential oils are made up of oil, and so they can penetrate, go right into the cell. It's like a lock and a key. We know, our bodies know what to do with them, which is really amazing. It's made up of the same natural chemicals that we are. So if you need balancing, it'll balance you. If you're, no matter what digestive issue you have, it'll balance it out, things like that. It's not just targeting one thing like a pharmaceutical would. So in the case of On Guard, which is the oil that's on this page, that's our main immune boosting blend. And what that does is it goes into the cell, and it has all these antibacterial and antiviral oils in them. They're naturally antiviral, antibacterial. And then you see the brown thing inside the cell is actually represents a virus. So these oils can be antiviral, whereas antibiotics that you take can't penetrate the cell. They're water-based. So because they can't penetrate the cell, what happens when you have a virus? The doctor says, we're sorry, we can't help you. Go home and rest. Or worse, obviously, these days. So on the outside of the cell, you see that purple thing, that's the bacteria. So the antibiotic can target that, just like the oils. However, antibiotics stay in your system for 9 years, and they also kill off all the good bacteria in your gut and your vaginal flora, like everything. And we have a holistic OBGYN on our team who spoke last week, and I was really surprised when she said that if you've even had antibiotics once in your life, then your gut flora is messed up. And I could not believe that. Like, I was like, there's no redemption? Like, what can I do? Because, who didn't have a lot of antibiotics when they were little? But I'm proud to say that my kids have only one kid once had antibiotics in the last 5.5 years since I started doing these oils, because we use the oils for everything. And that was when he had 104.5 temperature. So my husband would not allow me to use the oils for very long before we went to the Western medicines. I was like, fine. And then he ended up getting hives all over his body from the antibiotics. And I was like, see? So anyway, I just don't give them to my kids unless it was like a life or death. I would stay away from them. But like I said, everyone has their different comfort levels, but now I know that we have not just On Guard, but we have oregano, we have tea tree, we have frankincense and lemon. We have all these different oils that are great for immune boosting as well. So, On Guard is it has clove, wild orange, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And we also, because that's such a great immune boosting product, we have so many other products that are On Guard, that are branded On Guard. So would you guys mind muting yourself just so for the recording there's no background noise? Thank you. Or Gail, you could mute everyone. Okay, thank you. All right, so anyway, we have, I don't know if you can see it back here, but we have On Guard laundry detergent. We have On Guard cleaner concentrate. We have a hand sanitizer. We have On Guard soft gels that I give to my kids and myself every day, especially this year. So we've all stayed healthy. And so if I feel like I'm coming down with something, I literally will take a shot with On Guard in it. You can put it in your oatmeal. You can put it on your honey, apple juice, whatever you want. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet so it soaks into your bloodstream in like 2 minutes. I'll talk more about topical use soon. What else? And you can clean your whole house with it. So you can use it aromatically, topically, and internally. So now I heard something. I didn't know if it was my kid. Okay. I think it was fireworks outside. Okay. So the third cool thing about essential oils is they're affordable, like we mentioned. So we spend so much on healthcare and so much on copays, and but at least with the insurance that my husband has, it's like what, $6,000 deductible. Oh, okay. So we have to pay $6,000 before you'll pay anything. Like, so we try to use, our health insurance sparingly as we can, but obviously we go for the, visits we have to. But these are, like I said, they're so pure and potent that they're pennies a dose. So they, they don't cost much. So a drop of lavender, let's say, like old scenario, or Devin, do you want to tell your story about the ear infections with your kids and what you do for them?
Sure.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but I think it's a good story. I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted myself again. No, that actually worked out perfectly because I was running downstairs to get Riley some milk anyway.
Oh, okay.
So when my son was little, he's now 5. I didn't know much about essential oils or really anything at all. So he was on all different antibiotics all the time, like amoxicillin, penicillin, and eventually it got to the point where it wasn't working for him anymore. So then we had to follow up with an ear, nose, and throat, and we talked about getting tubes. Just as a little background, my son also has a heart condition, so I definitely steered away from anything that has to do with anesthesia. With that being said, when my daughter was born, she was also prone to ear infections, and I used to take either basil and lavender, or one or the other, and actually rub it behind her ears and down the back of her neck. And she would go right back to sleep. And I actually did the same thing when she was teething. But with that, I used lavender and tea tree, and I rubbed it down her jawline. And it was like an instant relief, number one. And number two, it was like you didn't have to call out of work and do all of those things that Brooke was just talking about, pay the co-pays and everything like that, because they were comfortable. And when I was first new to it, I kind of second guessed myself, and I would take them to the doctor, and they would tell me, no, their ears look clear, they look great, so it was kind of like my double check to myself that I was doing things right as a parent. But they really do work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I had the same thing with my kids with their ears, and if they wake up and their ears are hurting, it's so nice to have a tool in the middle of the night that's not some kind of medicine that they probably won't want to take, and who knows if it's going to work or not, and then you have to wait for that to work until they can go back to sleep. So my kids, if they wake up saying their ear hurts, I just put the lavender and basil around their ear, and then they literally are like, oh, okay. Like in the morning, they say that they don't feel anything. They go right back to sleep. And I spent 14 cents on those oils for their ear, like 8 cents and 6 cents a drop for those oils. So it really is powerful, and they can go to school after that and everything, and it's gone. So there's so many times when with that, and also with using the oils for if I feel like I'm coming down with something, that it just wipes it out. And I'm like, wow, it surprised me for a long time. I don't think it really surprises me anymore, but it surprised me for a long time, because I was like, wait, I'm going to put cinnamon and clove and what other medicine? Like I felt like I needed a medicine. So definitely my mindset has changed over the years as far as that goes. So lavender. So how many of you have used lavender before? Okay, so lavender is usually the go-to. I mean, that's the one that I started with, the only one I knew about when I started this journey. And so lavender, a lot of people know it as calming for the mind, like using it for sleep and things like that, but not a lot of people know that it's calming for the skin. So it can literally be used for rashes, cuts, burns, mosquito bites, bee stings, anything. Just think of it as anti-inflammatory and soothing. So that's why it can be used around the eyes. You can even use it for pink eye around the eyes, and it will help with that too. So I'm not being very, we're supposed to be compliant, but on videos I'm not. So, so like we're not allowed to use medical terms. We're not allowed to say cough or sneeze or headache or anything. But I don't think the FDA is looking at this video anyway. Because I want to speak frankly, I don't want to have to like dress it up and hope that you get what I'm trying to say. So anyway, next, if you don't have, does anyone have any questions about anything I've talked about so far? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 3 ways to use essential oils. So one is aromatic, which we've kind of talked about. So I have my diffuser back there. How many have used a diffuser before? Okay, Devin, Gail, Dina, Mary, and you will be soon because you have one now. So a diffuser is great. You just fill the inside area, what's it called? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, you fill the inside with water up to the line, and you put, it's kind of to taste, you know, you put, if you want 3 drops of lavender and 3 drops of peppermint, 3 drops of lemon, or if you want whatever you want, you put it in. If you want it stronger, you put more. So there's really no rule. People always ask me, how many drops do you put in the diffuser? So I usually do, like, I turn it over and however many drops come out, like maybe 2 or 3 of each one, whatever I'm using. So and they come with different timing, you know, modes. So like 2 hours would be stronger. If you want it to last more, like 5 hours though, you'll set it to that. If you want it all night for sleeping, you can put it on 10 hours. So and then there's the human diffuser, which we did before with the peppermint. So you just put it in your hand and breathe it in. So that's like a quick pick me up or whatever you're using it for. There's different reasons to diffuse. So one would be positively affect mood. So that's why wild orange is on this slide, because wild orange is great for uplifting mood. So if you think about where an oil is grown, it's pretty cool because it corresponds to what the oils do for us chemically. So wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, all those citrus oils are uplifting and they are grown in trees. So think about where they're grown, you know what they do for you. So that is, you know, so it's great afternoon pick me up. Like I mentioned before, you can put peppermint and wild orange in your diffuser and it makes the whole day better. Maybe you won't, you know, fall asleep, or maybe you won't need coffee. That would be nice. The other one, another reason is to cleanse the air. So with On Guard, let's say, or any of those other immune boosting oils that we talked about, like oregano, tea tree, frankincense, and all that. And most of the oils are antibacterial and antiviral in some way. It's just some are more than others. So when someone is coming down with something, I just diffuse On Guard and those other oils sometimes in, you know, in the house, or if you have a guest over and you're not sure if, you know, whatever, you're not wearing masks or, you know, whatever, it just takes some of the, you know, makes you feel that much more comfortable. So it looks like Colleen is duplicating herself, but anyway, so you know, it coats the air, it coats in, everyone's breathing it in, this On Guard and everything. So it's literally protecting everyone. So if one person is sick, not everyone else will get sick. So that's a really great way to do it too. And then also opening airways. So like we talked about before with the peppermint, which I think I'm going to do again. So I have a little bit of allergies myself. So it just completely opens up your airways when you smell it and wakes you up and everything. So you can put that in the diffuser, or like I said, human diffuser. We have an oil called Breathe that's great for respiratory support. So it has peppermint and eucalyptus in it, and it has a couple other oils like cardamom and something called Ravensara that are really great for the respiratory system as well. So you can put that on your chest with a little coconut oil. You can breathe it in. I like to put it in my shower, sprinkle it around and just breathe it in while I'm showering. So it's like a spa until I open my eyes and realize I'm back in New Jersey. But that's a really good one too. So, and Breathe can be used aromatically and topically. You can't take that one internally, but wild orange you can. You can put it in your water, which we're going to talk about soon about internal use. Does anyone have any questions about aromatic use? No? Okay. So next is topical. So reasons that you would use topical is if you have a localized problem, like an issue, like a pain in your knee or shoulder or something, or if you have a stomach ache, things like that, you can apply the oils directly on those areas with usually a little coconut oil. So it says dilute with fractionated coconut oil for best results. So what is fractionated coconut oil? It is coconut oil that has been liquefied, so all the fatty lipids have been taken out, so it doesn't solidify at room temperature. So that's what we use as what we call a carrier oil to dilute the oils in these in the roller bottles that we create, which here's an example of one. So what we do is we put in, you know, maybe depending on who it's for and how strong you want it to be, 10 to 20 drops of whatever essential oils you want, and then you fill the rest with the liquefied coconut oil. So that's the way you would make a roller bottle that you can put on your pulse points, like the ones that I sent to some of you. Another option is to just put some coconut oil in your hand, put a drop of the oil, and then rub it on like your belly or whatever you're using the oils for. Digest Zen is a great one for the you know, for your digestive system, so you can rub that on, and if you, and you can also breathe it in, even like sometimes if I feel nauseated or something like that, I just do the human diffuser and I breathe that in, and that's really great too. But another reason that we dilute it is not so it's only so that it stays in that particular area and soaks in more slowly over time, but also because for sensitive skin, and also for kids. So you wouldn't want to put like peppermint directly on a kid's forehead if they say they have a headache, because that's too strong for them. So you would want to dilute it either in a roller bottle or just like I said, in your hand. Just put some coconut oil, like a teaspoonful, put a drop of peppermint, rub it together, and then put it on. And if it's too strong for them, you can always add more coconut oil. Do not add water because that will make it even stronger. So you just should add more oil in that case. So Deep Blue is an example of our pain and inflammation blend that's great for anything like that you can put on with a little coconut oil. And we also have Deep Blue comes in like a cream, which is like a rub basically that you can also use, which is like a natural Bengay Tiger Balm type thing with wintergreen and camphor and things like that. And another way to use oils topically, and you don't even have to dilute for this, is to put them on the bottoms of your feet. They correspond to the various reflexology points, and it soaks into the bloodstream, like I alluded to earlier, and then it affects change in your whole body by doing it that way. And your feet don't get rashes. They're not, it's more of a hardy skin, so you can apply it to the bottoms of the feet without dilution in most cases, unless it's like a kid under 5, let's say, or something like that. So let's, does anyone have any questions? No, okay. So internal use, this is the one that most people are surprised about. They say, oh, you can, you know, take oils internally. And I say, well, I wouldn't trust just any oils internally, but these oils are so pure that, you know, they're free of pesticides and fillers and everything else, and they're such high quality. So they're the only ones that I would trust with my family. Lemon can be used internally. You can put it directly in your water, like it talks about there. It's great for detoxification. You just want to use glass or stainless steel, not plastic, because it pulls toxins out of your body, and it also will pull toxins out of plastic, and you don't want that. You don't want to be drinking that. So it also is lemon, I just have to mention, is amazing for cleaning. So it gets off anything gummy or greasy or anything, cuts right through it, even gunk on your bathtub. So you can make a spray bottle with it, with just water and that, and it's, talk about pennies, it really costs nothing. And Gail is our DIY maven, and if you want any specialized cleaning recipes, she made like a toilet balm that she brought to my house once, and we watched it fizz and everything, and yeah, it was really cool. So she gets all fancy. I just do the spray bottle with the water and the lemon, but that still works really well. And also I put On Guard in it too. And then, so another way that you can have the oils internally is to put them in veggie caps. So those are like empty capsules that you can just open up and drip whatever oils you want inside it. and then just close the capsule, and then you don't have to taste it. So if you don't like the taste of Digest Zen in your water, let's say, then you can just put a couple drops in here and then close the top, and then you have a capsule. So so that's another way that you can take oils internally. And then a third way is under your tongue. So with frankincense, let's say, frankincense is great for nervous system support, for calming, for stress, even for skin. In this case, for brain fog, I put it under my tongue, and it just, you know, calms me down right away. It clears me up right away. I even put it sometimes on my thumb and put it on the roof of my mouth. And it just, you know, it does its job. And I'm like, oh, good, I can think again. So, and I don't know if you saw the picture I posted today in the group of my father-in-law's head with the frankincense, with the before and after of his age spots, but it only took 2 months and they practically went away. So frankincense is great for a lot of things. And it's one of our immune boosting, like in our immune boosting arsenal too. So we basically say it's something called flume, frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and melaleuca, which is tea tree oil. So some people call it flute, some people call it flume, whatever. But I would put, for like a natural antibiotic, I would put 2 drops of each of those into one of those veggie caps 3 times a day if I felt like I was coming down with something. Like my husband a couple of weeks ago had some kind of digestive thing going on, and the doctor wanted to give him antibiotics. And of course I was like, oh no, you're not having antibiotics. So I gave him that 3 times a day for 3 or 4 days. And what do you know? No issues anymore. So yeah, so that's powerful stuff. So any questions about internal use? The citrus oils, all the citrus oils are great in water too, by the way. And you can put them in seltzer water, in iced tea. Like I said, you can put it in your oatmeal, you can put it in your apple juice, whatever. And it's all good. You can even, like in your hot tea, you really don't even have to buy hot tea. You can just put oils in there. So, so this is, so one of our business partners, the one that got me started in the oils, Dr. Amy, she helps her patients. She's a PhD marriage and family therapist, and she helps her her clients or patients or whatever you want to call them with oils. So with oils and supplements, and this is her arsenal of what she recommends. And with oils, it's, you know, different oils work for different people because of your body chemistry. So that's why, you know, we have different ones here, and there are still more that aren't even on this page, but this is where she would start. So Elevation is a really good blend that has, I believe it's like a sandalwood citrus type blend. Balance is one of my favorites. It's a lot of deep rooted trees. It smells like a pine forest. And that's great in conjunction with lavender. So in the diffuser, we even have a name for it in my family. It's called Lavance. So, so we use those 2 together. And then another option is wild orange, and really you can use wild orange with any of those, with the Balance, with the lavender. Bergamot is a really nice one too, for stress and anxiety and things like that. Then, and you can use that in the diffuser, you can use it in a roller bottle on your pulse points and things like that. I'll skip over the vitamin pack for right now, and I'll just talk about copaiba. I didn't talk about that oil, but that's like our version of CBD oil. It's a cannabinoid, but it's not found, doesn't get sourced from the hemp plant. It's sourced from a tree in the Amazon, but it is a cannabinoid, and it hits the same receptor in the brain. So it helps with inflammation and stress, and even immune support, and nervous system support, and a lot of things I talked about for frankincense. Copaiba is similar. It also helps other oils work that much better. So that's soft gel, and that's also what she recommends, and I take those every day. I have a lot of gut issues, so I take those more for the inflammation than the mood support, but it definitely helps with both. The adaptive I take for mood support, because I do have twin boys that are 14, and so I take those every morning. I give them to my son who has anxiety, and they are an adaptogen. So they help to get rid of the stress signals in your brain, basically. And they are meant to go with the adaptive roller bottle and or oil that are there too. It's a different formulation, the oil and the capsule, but it's meant to all work together. So that was specifically formulated a couple of years ago for stress and anxiety. So I wanted to make sure, since that is rampant these days, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. And then Serenity soft gels are for sleep. So that is just lavender and an amino acid that just calms you down and helps you sleep. So, but I always say, if you have a true sleep problem, try to get it into your system as many ways as possible. So, you know, put lavender on your pillow, put balance and lavender in your diffuser, put, take the Serenity soft gel. And did I miss anything? Topical, internal, right. So diffuser for aromatic, on your pulse points for topical, and then internal for with the soft gels. And then the vitamin pack I'm going to talk about on the next page anyway, but that's a foundational product that we recommend that helps with everything from increased energy to less inflammation and increased clarity of thought, which definitely was my experience with it. So that's a big part also of the regimen that she recommends for mental health. And here is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And it's, like I said, it's foundational nutrition. It has a cellular vitality complex, so that helps a lot with the brain and functioning of the brain. And then the omega fatty acids, which I've been told recently helps a lot with inflammation, especially in the gut. And then the food nutrient complex goes into your system as whole foods. So it's not just vitamins that your body doesn't really know how to process as well. So the first day I took these 5.5 years ago, I first of all, before that, my brain was mush. I call it Swiss cheese brain, actually, because my boys just didn't sleep through the night for 2 years. They both had sleep apnea, and because of that, I just was a mess. So when I first took these, it was like, oh, wow. Like even the first day I took them, which isn't, you know, results not typical, but I mean, the first day I took them, I was like standing up folding sheets at 11:30 at night, like so much energy. And my husband was passed out on the couch with the remote, like, what got into you? And I said, I think it's these supplements. I don't know. So I've been taking them ever since. I give them to my kids. When my husband will take them, I try to give them to him too. You know, man, they're a little more stubborn. But anyway, they really, really help me. And so I take that as my foundational products. And then I take like the Tri-Ease when I have allergies, the Copaiba when I need, you know, when I have inflammation issues, the On Guard for immune support. So things like that. So I kind of sprinkle that in as well. And two things I wanted to talk about that aren't on the slide, but I think are very important because I take these pretty much all day long, is the digestive enzymes that we have, which are called TerraZyme. And those are great for not only helping to break down the food that we eat into, it literally liquefies your food. So it helps with gas and bloating and indigestion and things like that. I call it my natural Tums basically, but it also helps to break down those foods into cellular energy, which in turn helps with all different things, skin issues. I mean, I didn't believe it, honestly. I started giving my kids 2 of these at every meal for the past couple months, and their skin has cleared up a lot. Even the speech therapist noticed it. They used to have a lot of bumps on the back of their arm, those tiny little, I forget what they're called, but the dermatologist basically said, oh, they'll go away when they're 30 years old. I'm like, oh, good. So we have to wait another 16 years for that? I don't think so. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely, when I feel their arms, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really like reduced. So it helps with so many different things, not, you know, and that's just the one you can see, you know, helps with a lot of different things with breaking down, especially foods that your body doesn't recognize, like American cheese and gluten. So the other thing that I take all the time is the probiotics that we have, which I really love. They are double coated, so they make it into your colon without being dissolved in your stomach acids. And they're really pretty, and they're green. And they have a prebiotic in them too. So there's a liquid part that at the bottom, that's the prebiotic. And then the probiotic is the other part. And that is what it helps the good bacteria, which is the green part, to proliferate in the colon. So I take those like 3 times a day because of my gut issues. But, you know, if you just have regular, you know, no major gut issues, you could just take 1 a day. But I highly recommend the TerraZyme at every meal. But at least with meals that are big that you feel like will be hard to digest. Sometimes I'll be at like a kid's pizza party and I eat like half the piece of pizza and I'm like, uh-oh, forgot my TerraZyme. And then I take it and I'm like, because it starts to hurt. My stomach starts to hurt like right away. But the TerraZyme definitely helps. Does anyone have any questions about the supplements? Okay. All right. So now we will talk about basically the 3 types of people that we generally work with, and you can see kind of where you fit in. The first one is someone who wants to live the wellness lifestyle, and the people that that I love helping, and that and Gail and Devin love helping as well, to learn about these oils, to start using them in their daily life, to really, it's really about changing your lifestyle, not just getting a bottle of peppermint and using like toxins in your home for everything else. We really want you to live this wellness lifestyle. There are over 80,000 chemicals introduced into the market in the last 100 years, and fewer than 200 have been tested even the slightest bit by any governing body. So that's really scary. I mean, and women in general put over 100 chemicals on or in their body, like before they leave the house in the morning, or when they get up. And we don't even know what these are doing, except, well, we kind of do. They are disrupting hormones. They're giving us autoimmune issues. They're giving us the C word. There's a lot of issues that they cause. So I try with all of these products to reduce my toxic load. And that's my goal to help you with as well. Like, what can you replace with, from the chemical laden products that you're used to using with the natural version? And doTERRA has a lot of those as well, from toothpaste to skincare to spa products. I mean, we have so many different things. So anyway, so that's the wellness lifestyle. And then number 2 is someone who wants to take that one step further. They're loving the oils and the products, and they start telling their friends about it and making roller bottles for them, and making making inhalers and things like that. So we love to see that, people spreading the word. And so that's someone who would maybe want to host a party, like, and it can't be easier because these days it's all online. So all we do is set up a group for you. You invite your friends, and we do the rest. We just post all the information. We get on a Zoom. That's it. You don't have to clean your house or make food. So perfect. And then you can either get paid for that in commission, or we give you free oils, whatever works. So we talk about the options there. And then the third option is someone like me, Gail, and Devin, who want to build a residual income. And it's really nice to be in this type of business, because I've been in other businesses where there wasn't recurring residual income involved. It was just like someone would just buy something from me, and then I would never see them again. So I had to keep churning every month to try to keep finding more people to buy, more people to buy. But with this, we're helping the same people. It's a quality over quantity. We're helping the same people to live this wellness lifestyle, and they can order on their own wholesale account whenever they want. So we're making money, whether we're sleeping, whether we're in Bora Bora. Wouldn't that be nice? And so it's a retirement income that we are building. So we had a girl on our team who actually she had cancer, and she had to have surgery, and she didn't work for a month, and she ended up making more that month because of what her team did and her customers than what she made the month before. So that is a really big deal that I tell people, if you're looking for a network marketing company, definitely look for that, for the residual income. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? Okay. So, and this is an example of just a little goodie that if you do decide to host a class for us, that you could, that I could send you, or one of us could send you, where you have these little samples. It's like a natural first aid kit that you get to choose based on how many people come to your party. Let's say you had 10 people come to your party. I send you 10 little samples that you can keep with you for any of life's little emergencies. So you're like, oh, you need, you skinned your knee. I have some lavender right here. Oh, you have a stomach ache. I have some Digestin. I mean, my kids don't call me Magic Mommy for nothing. I mean, this is like the best thing ever. So anyway, so I love that little keychain that you can bring with you everywhere. And then there's 3 different ways to get started with the oil. Some of you know about this already, but I'll just go over it quickly. So one is retail, which is the most expensive. So most people don't do that. That's if you just want like one oil and you don't mind paying more than everyone else. That would be like if you're getting them from a chiropractor's office or a yoga studio or something like that. The second way, which is definitely less expensive, and I always like to save money. I went garage selling with my mom as like a career practically when I was little. And so that second option of wholesale is like a Costco card for oils. So that's if you have some oils already that are high quality and you just want to fill in, you can pay a $35 fee for the year. And then you can buy like a la carte oils from there at the 25% off price, which is what our VIP customers get, is 25% off everything. So you also get me guiding you every step of the way. You get the wellness consult that we talked about in the beginning, so that I can help you answer all your questions once you get your oils. I send you resources. You get plugged into our VIP customer group, where we have education posted every single day, every single month. And we also have raffles every Friday night for all of our customers. We have ongoing education. So we have an event each month where you can come and bring your oils. We call it BYOB, bring your own bottles. So you can bring wine and you can bring oils, and you can ask your questions about any oils that may be collecting dust that you're not sure how to use. So we definitely, this is just the beginning, is my point. And then number 3, you get all of those same support, perks that I just talked about. Plus you also get a little welcome pack that has, I gotta grab it. A welcome pack. Once you get your oils and we have your wellness consult, then I send you a welcome pack. So Mary, you're going to be getting yours soon. And that has samples like deep blue rub and toothpaste and throat drops and empty roller bottles and stickers for your bottles and some guides about your oils and things like that. So, so that comes with it as well. So anyway, the third way, which is below the wholesale cost, is the most cost-effective way. It's what all of us who have oils already, how we got our oils, and that is below wholesale with a package. So when you get a package, which I'm going to show you some examples of our most popular packages after this, then the $35 fee is waived, which is really nice, and it's also below the wholesale cost. And it's a cross section of a lot of our most popular oils, and usually comes with a diffuser as well. So it's just a really nice starting point. And then you can always, once you learn about other things, and once you learn more, maybe you have a particular health issue that you want to get more oils for that purpose, you can always do that. You'll have your own wholesale account, and I'll show you how to log in and do that. So let me show you the different packages. So two of the most popular ones are the Healthy Start and the Home Essentials. So the differences are that the Healthy Start has smaller bottles. So it's a difference of, I don't know which way you can see it, 5 milliliter versus the other Home Essentials has 15 milliliter bottles. So you're basically getting 3 times the amount of oil in the Home Essentials as in the Healthy Essentials for less than double the price. So it's really a lot more cost effective to get the Home Essentials, but obviously it depends on your budget, and it also depends on what your focus is as far as what oils you're wanting, because the Healthy Start has more of the physical oils, I'll say, like more immune boosting ones. It has tea tree, frankincense, and oregano, which the other one does not have, but they both have On Guard for immune boosting. They both have Digest Zen and Breathe and Deep Blue for pain, and lavender and peppermint and lemon. But the Home Essentials has more emotional support oils. So the Home Essentials has Balance, which is those deep rooted trees I talked about, the one that's great with lavender. Also has the Copaiba, which is like the CBD oil. It has Adaptive, which is the stress and anxiety one. So, if your focus is more on emotional support and you like more value for your money, then you go with the Home Essentials. Otherwise, the Healthy Start is still a great place to start. And then I will show you the other 2, which are a brand new one called the Aroma Essentials package. So if your main focus is with diffusing and you want to reduce toxic air fresheners in your home, this is a lot of great smelling oils that you can get that you can put into the diffuser. So, and a couple of them like Citrus Bloom smell amazing. Like it has magnolia and lavender and grapefruit and all different things in it. It's one of my favorite scents. Cheer is also in there, Adaptive, Balance. So there also are emotional oils, support oils in the Aroma Essentials, plus more obviously. And then and that you get a free diffuser basically with it. And then that's $149.50. And then if you're wanting to go more towards the supplements and the foundational nutrition and gut issues are a priority for you, gut support, then the Healthy Habits was created by our chief medical officer, and so it has our lifelong vitality pack of supplements. It has the probiotics and enzymes that I talked about, and the deep blue rub for pain. But it also has 5 oils that are a great start. They're the smaller bottles, but it comes with tangerine, which is also really nice with, in your diffuser and for uplifting mood. Lavender, which needs no introduction. Frankincense, which is around a $50 bottle of oil, that small one in and of itself. Balance is the grounding one, and then On Guard for immune support. So you have some emotional, some for more physical issues, let's say. So that one's $195. So does anyone have any questions about those packages? And again, the $35 fee is waived for all of the packages, and it's below the wholesale cost. So next, perks for getting started soon with the oils. So, and don't worry, Mary, because I know you already got started, so I'll still hook you up. I mean, you already got the Citrus Bliss for free, but I will also, when I send you the other, I can send you the Wild Orange. I'm going to be posting afterwards an interest form, like a healthy lifestyle form, that if you fill it out, and you can check off which package you're thinking you'd want to go with, but you can also just check off you're not sure, and then I can be in touch and we can talk about that. And then the Citrus Bliss, you get free with any package because I'm in a contest right now. And so that automatically comes from doTERRA if you order any package. So that is that. And then next steps are if you want a copy of the presentation, you can email me, you can text me at that phone number, and I will email you the presentation, or I could even maybe send it via Facebook Messenger, depending. And then I'm going to be posting a couple of things afterwards. So and it might be before or after I put my kids to bed. I'm going to be posting a picture, all the information on the starter packages that we just talked about, along with pictures of them, so you can take a look at your own, pace at that. And then, but I can also help you decide what's right for you. And then what else? I'm going to post the recording of tonight. So if anyone missed it or wants a refresher, they can watch that. And I'm going to post the form so that you can fill it out and get that free Wild Orange. So that's that. And I'll be posting the winner too. And we need to know who the winner is. So I'm going to poll for the winner right now. But anyway, so what else was I going to say? So after your oils arrive, you get your wellness consult, you get your welcome pack, like I showed you, you get ongoing education in the VIP group, and you get access to me whenever you want with all your burning oil questions. But there are really good apps and everything too that I will be telling you about, that you can look up any issue. And plus I'm giving you those little books in your welcome pack as well. So let me do that. So whoever wins this is going to get a $20 credit, like a doTERRA gift card towards whatever oil is in my stash. So we can talk about that, after we can, and I can show you everything you have to choose from. So does someone want to tell me, everyone that's still on here, and I will write them down on these tickets. Scale still. Okay. Tina, all right.
I'd be happy to tell you. I just don't want to step on anybody's toe. Go ahead, Gail. You're unmuted. Go for it.
Okay, we have Mary Kirby,
Okay.
Melissa Puglia,
Okay.
Dina,
Uh-huh.
and Colleen,
Okay.
Shelley,
Okay.
and Melissa R.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so I am going to, where's my little bag? Oh. I was like, I know I got it ready. Okay. Okay. I've gotten so used to doing virtual classes that I'm not sure how I'm going to go back to in person. Wow. Well-oiled machine by now. Okay. Ready? The winner is Shelley. Congrats, Shelley.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I am going to mark that down and we can talk and figure out what free oil you would like. But the rest of you still can get some free oils. I think, let me just stop sharing so I can say goodbye. Let me say goodbye to the recording first, and then, then we can officially say goodbye. So goodbye recording, and thanks for joining us. Have a great night.